Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Uh, it's winter time, well, fall, but here in the great state of Washington, it certainly feels a lot more like winter than it does fall. We don't really get a fall here. Anyway, so the farm activity has pretty much come to a halt, um, other than just daily chores and things like that. Uh, the fields that normally right now I would be fertilizing and getting footage like that. I don't know that I'm actually going to be hanging them next year because we're trying to buy a different place, and I don't want to put down $1,500, $2,000 worth of fertilizer to not be able to hay it. So that only makes sense to me. So it's kind of a shame. I'd like to be out there fertilizing fields and making sure I'm going to get a better yield next year. But it is what it is, right? So what I wanted to do was give you guys a review of my Kel Tec P3AT. It's not going to be a full-on review. There's hundreds of them on YouTube. And so I just wanted to kind of tell you why I have it, how I ended up with it, what I would do different next time, and how it's performed for me. So it's been a pretty decent gun, I guess, for the most part. I was kind of eager when I bought it, and so I didn't do as much research as I should have done. It's all in all, I think that the P3AT is a decent handgun. I'm comfortable with it, comfortable with the way it feels in my pocket, comfortable with how it feels in my hand. It is it fits good. I'm not a huge frame guy. I don't have big ginormous hands, so this is a very comfortable fit. It's easy to conceal, extremely easy to conceal. So the Ruger LCP is, I would consider, a more comfortable gun. My wife has one. She bought it new. And anyway, so I got mine used because I was on a budget, and I really I needed to have something that's concealable. I do have my conceal permit, and so I figured it was time to get one. And I overpaid for it. So at the time, it was shortly after some of the major mass shootings, school shootings, and prices of guns and ammunition went up considerably, and there was really nothing I could do about it. But felt like I needed to protect myself and my family, so I paid more than I should have. So used, you see these guns right now going for 120 bucks, 125 bucks. I paid just under 200 bucks after tax and everything. And so right now you can buy a brand new Ruger LCP 380 for 165, 175 bucks, new with a warranty and the whole nine. And so, yeah, I mean, you kind of kick yourself a little bit for making rash decisions like that. But what's done is done, and I have it, and I'm comfortable with it. So what I don't like about this one is the fact that it's clapped out. I don't know how many rounds it's had through it, probably several thousand. The guy that owned it before me, who took it to this pawn shop that I bought this from, he must have really enjoyed shooting it because, yeah, it's pretty wore out. It doesn't like to, if I shoot it regularly, I don't have problems with it, but if I don't shoot it for, 4 or 5, 6 months, that first, let's see if it'll do it. That first, yeah, see, sticky. It doesn't like to load that first cartridge. After that, normally it's pretty good. I have experimented with several different brands and types of rounds, and the one that I have in there right now is the one that it likes best, and it's given me some problems. Because it does not have a safety, there is no safety on this gun. The safety is the hard trigger pull. I don't keep one in the chamber in my pocket because I also don't use a pocket sheath. I don't really like it. It doesn't feel comfortable in my pocket. It's more bulk. This slips right down into the pocket. I most of the time wear Wranglers, and if you can imagine Wranglers, not the loose, relaxed fitting Wranglers, but just the typical whatever original fit Wrangler. You know, most guns don't fit in there quite well, especially with any sort of a sheath on them. But so I choose not to keep one chambered, and so that's why I'm really bummed that this doesn't like to rack in that first round. I pulled it apart. They're extremely easy to pull apart. For anybody that hasn't done it, if you haven't watched the 10 million reviews on these, you remove this pin, slide the action back. This thing comes apart in seconds. It's super easy. It's easy to put back together. It's easy to clean. It's one thing I really like about it. The simplicity of this firearm is awesome. But so I filed down a bunch of parts in there that were kind of mushroomed out a little bit, and you know, it's made out of really lightweight material. So overall, not a bad gun. I wish I would have either got it new or just got the Ruger LCP. Nothing bad to say about Kel Tec. I've heard that they're really good about backing up their product and rush ordering out replacement parts for guns that have had failures and things like that. So yeah, would I do it differently this next time around? Yeah, most definitely. And I'll be doing that soon. So I'll probably end up taking this one to a gunsmith and have them take a close look at it and fix whatever needs to be fixed in it, or replace whatever needs to get replaced, and we'll go from there. But I'm kind of thinking about maybe the LC9, but we'll see. I mean, it depends. If a gunsmith says, yeah, it's going to cost, you know, $120 to fix this thing, well, that's no good to me. I'll just throw it in a drawer and use it for pot shooting around when we're out, you know, the target range or whatever, and just buy a whole new, you know, probably the LCP or LC9 for my regular concealed. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for the Kel Tec. You know, so guns this size, most people say, you know, they're worthless. I wouldn't carry it. It's a .380. It's not even a 9. You can't hit the broadside of a barn with it. It wants to flip out of your hand. I disagree, and you know, maybe you have a hard time hitting the broadside of a barn with it. Maybe you have big, huge hands where you can only get, you know, one finger underneath it or whatever. I can get 2 on there. So obviously this isn't the gun for you if it's flipping out of your hand, and maybe you need to practice with it more or something. When I first got this, I practice. I want to make sure I can hit my target. I don't want to hit the woman or the man, the child, whoever's behind the terrorist or whoever needs to be shot. I don't want to shoot anybody else. So I practice a lot and got comfortable with it. I can hold this and I can hit my target pretty comfortably 10, 12, 15 yards. Majority of the time you're not going to be any closer than that if you are in a close range fire. So really anything beyond 15 yards, I'm probably safe or close to safe, and I don't want to have to kill somebody unless it's a terrorist. Then I'd be happy to blow their head off. But so but yeah, so if it doesn't fit you, then you need a different gun. But for me, it works pretty good, and I can actually keep a pretty decent tight group in the kill zone, chest, neck, face. I can pretty comfortably maintain a good, decently tight group within 10 to 15 yards. So yeah, I could probably do better with a larger gun, but I'm not gonna carry a larger gun because it's uncomfortable, it's heavier. And I like the lightweight, the lighter weight of this Kel Tec and similar mouse type guns. So anyway, this is starting to get kind of long, but thanks for watching. If you guys have any tips or information, tricks on how to get this thing to rack around a little better, let me know. And thanks a lot for watching, guys. Take good care, and we'll catch you on the next video.